Welcome back to this week's episode of I'm Just Saying Sports Talk. Before we get started, I just want to we just want to express our condolences and our genuine good thoughts and goodwill towards citizens of the world, victims of the floods, uh, the residents of Puerto Rico, people that have just suffered this year, the shootings in Vegas, uh, the various shootings in our communities throughout the U.S. and crime-ridden areas and innocent bystanders and all of the church shootings, any of the horrific acts that have happened. Um, you know, this show is, this is nowhere near as important as the things that are going on in the real world. But hopefully that this show will you could take a few minutes to keep your mind off of those things, just to give you a break when you just need to step away before you go back into dealing with reality. So our thoughts and our prayers are with all those involved, all those affected, all those that are in first responder roles, all those that are the support system that are dealing with friends, family members, neighbors, and community members, just members of the human race in general. The I'm Just Saying Sports Talk guys,
Oh yeah.
Devon and Kendrick, we're with you.
Our heart goes out to you guys, those that are suffering.
So, as we move on, so we'll start today's talk off with let's talk about the federal FBI investigation into NCAA basketball. Um, what?
Man, what a tangle wave of that daggone Rick Pitino has woven, man. Them jokers, he's in trouble, man.
Yeah, but the trouble is just starting. You figure 10 people, I think, have been arrested, and that's a mix between assistant coaches,
He's in trouble.
some money managers, some
Yeah.
agent type people, and it's a 3-year investigation.
Now, how many head coaches? I don't hear of any
Well,
other head
well,
coach
the head
except for
coaches
Rick
normally.
Pitino.
Well, they're
All those.
they're trying to get ahead of the game and just say, hey,
Yeah.
please take it easy on us. We're going to get rid of our figurehead, our coach. And then, I think the AD was fired too because he refused to fire him.
For Louisville.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was
yeah.
fired because he refused to fire
Oh yeah.
Rick Pitino. But anyway, the thing is, it's just starting, man. They had the phones were tapped.
But they got the big fish.
Well,
The assistant coaches are gonna go down. Those that like Chuck Person, those guys.
they're
At
at the
Auburn and what was the other school?
was it USC?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is this though. You have to ask yourself, okay, they say that the feds were tipped off because there was an ex agent type guy that
Yeah.
became salty and went in.
But they had tapped his phones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he took, in other words, to save himself,
Yeah.
he cooperated.
Well, what he said is he didn't really cooperate. What he did is he didn't give anybody up. They got those individuals from the wiretap, those names. But what he did is he went ahead and just took the 32 months or whatever he's
Okay.
gonna take. And
But that gave him leeway into
yeah,
everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thing you have to ask yourself. Why didn't they turn it over to the NCAA?
Well, because I think the NCAA is a little dirty too.
You're
Somebody
going.
in the NCAA
Yeah,
is gonna get
yeah. They benefit too much to
Yes,
to
sir.
to prosecute them effectively.
that's right.
Right. So you have to ask yourself. Okay, now they have 3 years worth of evidence.
Right.
They've arrested the marketing director of Adidas. He's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So now the catch is when you get on that stand and those questions start flying.
Oh, people gonna start singing.
Yeah, if you lie,
That's right.
you're doing time. So how many other Adidas schools has this guy been associated with?
Exactly.
Now, I kind of want to take a different tone because I know there's two sides of this story. It's a thing where the schools, they're making money hand over fist. And this is a thing of, people are going to say, well, here's a family that took $100,000 and it's, his college eligibility is probably shot, the kid. So that's the downside. But
why make the kid suffer?
But I think you have to take money. We got to pull the money. If you really want to fix this, you got to pull the money out of college athletics. And I'm not talking about seats. I'm talking about you got to get the shoes. You got to get them out of there.
Got to.
Because this is where it's hypocritical, right? You don't pay the players based on the concept of amateurism.
Mm-hmm.
They're amateur athletes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that's the case, if you're an amateur athlete, then what are the coaches? Amateur. If you're a pro, if you are a college coach, you are an amateur coach.
Yeah.
So on a college campus, who should have the highest salary?
On a college campus?
Yes.
I would say it should be the dean.
Dean, chancellor, president,
Chancellor,
right?
Yep.
But they're not. They're your football and your basketball coaches.
Exactly.
So if you're going to say the players are amateurs, then your coaches are amateurs.
Mm-hmm.
So your coach should have a salary.
But I would say that's probably the case on the Division I level. Division II level, I'm sure that the chancellors
because
are making
you know
more
why?
than the coaches.
You know why? Because the money's not pumped in there.
That's right.
And the boosters aren't.
And you don't see the shoe companies at their door.
That's right. That's right. So this is what I say. Take the shoe companies out of it. Go in your athletic budget and buy your shoes.
That's all you gotta do.
But see, they don't want to pull it out because it's greed and everybody's getting paid, and that's the hypocrisy of it. Like, you can't say these are amateur athletes, but then you paying your coaches and you treating them like pro coaches.
That's right. And the NCAA are getting their pockets greased.
Yeah, like Coach K making more money than some pro coaches.
And is he with Adidas?
I don't know who Duke has. I think they are. But what I'm just saying, but they won't ever disclose their like the coach getting endorsement that comes straight to him for allowing it. But I'm saying, when you add up what the boosters give him, you add up his package, and you add up all that stuff, they make more than some of these pro coaches.
Yeah.
So how is that? You should have to go to the pro ranks to get the pro money. So everybody else is being held to a different standard than the athletes. Prime example, amateurism, right? If you're doing research, or you're tutoring, right?
Mm-hmm.
On a college campus, or you're working, you're getting work study, you're getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
You're amateur.
That you are.
They can get paid.
You doing work study, that's right.
But the athlete can't.
Yeah. And in a sense, you're doing work study too.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's they're not making it line up. They're making it line up only to fit them, to justify not paying or figuring out some kind of thing. And I understand that once you decide to pay, it becomes a whole mess. So I'm like, just take the money out of it, because no matter how much you pay them, you're not going to be able to beat somebody coming to the family saying, here's $150,000. They're going to take the money you give them and take the $150,000.
And that's going to continue to happen. You're going to have boosters to give these kids and their families money to have their athlete or their loved one to come to their school. I mean, it's just how it is. But the school shouldn't be doing it. The coaches shouldn't be doing it.
Well, let the true sale be on the facilities, the curriculum, the student way of life, the location, the coach,
well, let me
the
ask
program.
you this real quick. If you got those blue chip players out there, why can they not still go to those institutions and play ball, but get those contracts go ahead and get a shoe deal while they're in college?
They can't.
But why the NCAA can't?
Because they're treating them as amateurs. They're saying amateurism, you can't have. It's just like with the ball kid, the dad has put out the shoe.
Yeah.
but he's going to have to shut that shoe line down before he goes to school.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Because really what it is, they want to own the rights to you.
That's right.
It's all about
That's
them making the
right.
money. Like, no, I can sell the jersey
That's right.
with your
That's
name
what I
on
wanted to
it,
hear you say.
but
That's
you
what it
can't
is.
make it. They want to own. They basically,
Yeah.
you're giving them the rights to you.
That's right. When you sign that letter of intent, or
Yeah.
when you sign that, it's a contract.
Yeah,
That's what
they
it
have
is.
the rights to your likeness.
That's right.
They have the rights to you. The number that you wear, they're going to make it. When you run down up and look,
But that
they're
contract,
the one running with the Adidas shoes on,
Yeah.
and they're the
And they're the
ones.
ones doing all the dunking and all that.
That's right.
But the thing is, that contract is separate from your scholarship, though.
Y-
You know, that contract that Duke or Louisville signed with Adidas, that's separate.
is.
That's a separate deal that the shoe company worked out with the institution.
The only way around it is not to go straight from college, high school to the pros. Then you can do what you want to do. But if you're gonna, they're saying if you're gonna use our platform to show your athletic ability, your talents,
Yeah.
then this is what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna all stick together and say, nope, you can't not only play at that school, you can't play at any of them.
But that thing is deep because they were discussing how the shoe companies are now, you got these blue chip players are playing AAU. So,
It's all in there.
so it starts at
Yeah, it's all
AAU.
yeah, it's all in there.
So if Nike is providing your AAU program with shoes and uniforms, they are then telling these players.
Well, they
hey,
already have access to the kids
That's
from a
right.
young age, and they're like, "Hey,
Here are all the
I
Nike
got you.
tools.
Call me when
Mhm.
you need this.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll go talk to this coach. I'm just kind of here
That's right.
helping you." So they're already
Yeah.
getting all the way in.
So are they not serving as agents?
They are. It's just like with Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush thing was, he took that money, and he was
We
supposed
took
to
that
sign.
from agents though too.
Yeah, but the whole setup was he was supposed to sign, I think, a shoe deal with a shoe company, and he didn't.
Ah,
And he was supposed to choose a particular agent.
okay.
And he got there and said, "Nah, I'm going a different way."
You can't do that. You don't took the people money.
Well, it's a under the table
You can't
mobster
do it.
kind of deal.
You can't do it. You don't took the people
So
money.
I'm interested to see, will they crash any program behind this?
They're going to, because let me just tell you this right now. What the FBI is doing now, they're bringing people in, they're arresting people, they're putting a little bit of information out right now, but they already know.
Yeah,
they already know the
They
answers.
took 3 years on this.
That's right.
So this is my thing. Okay, forget the coaches that turn a blind eye. Forget the assistant coaches that's running in the middle. Forget the agents. The real victim is and
It's
I'm
a
not
student athlete.
and I'm not even saying the parents, because you still have to set an example.
That's right.
But the real victim is the kid,
That's right.
because you're going to take money in the household off of his athlete. Granted, you raised him and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but what happens now?
Well, that kid,
Whose name is attached to this?
that kid that from Louisville that is now currently on suspension. He's suspended from the program.
They're going to take it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not going to be in school.
yeah.
So he's going to have to
People
go.
done lost it for a lot less.
Yeah, he's going to have to go pro.
Yeah, he's going to have to go pro. He's overseas
He's going to
or
have
something.
to. He's going to have to do it, man. And that's sad.
Yeah. And my thing is, it's not even about the basketball, but did he, my thing is, all right, you can still go play basketball, but if he really wanted education, he can still go to school.
Mhm.
He just got to pay for it now.
Yeah, he can still go.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they may not know the circumstances of why that young fella, why Patino actually might have been looking out for the family. You never know why they funneled that
That's
to their family.
that's the best estimate. The worst estimate is, are you targeting people have hardship?
Yeah.
Are you taking advantage of the situation?
Yeah.
So it's a fine line. It's like just because somebody, I mean, if you want to do right, I mean, you don't do any harm, not as an educational institution. It's a way to help people, like I say, there's no shortcuts, man. You're not going to just take $100,000 just because, we could all use $100,000.
Yes.
But
sir.
I'm saying some more than others. But what I'm saying is I get the fight isn't to do it illegally. When you see it's corrupt, you got to change these rules.
Is it too late? I mean, the only
It's,
way these
it's
rules
too
will
much,
change is if they
it's
give
too much money in
if they
it,
give
man.
Louisville the death penalty. They give that basketball program the death penalty. Then you're going to see some people then telling these shoe company, "Hey, don't come knocking on my door."
Well, NCAA, they'll take them. They'll still take them shoes. They're gonna have to just say we got to take the money out,
I don't know how they're
and
going to do
you
that.
and you operate off of your athletic budget. You buy your own shoes. You get everybody home and practice game shoes, home and away
Well,
jerseys.
let me ask you this: was that money that Rick Pitino gave to that family, was it part of the shoe company money, the contract that he had,
No, how it
or
works.
was that?
No, how it works is this: the shoe company put the school under a 5-year contract for like over $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Then the shoe company say, "Hey, we got a guy." They kind of work both ways. The assistant coach work for the school,
Yeah.
right? Then the shoe company gives additional money to say, "Hey, I
To
need
the
you.
head coach.
I need you to secure talent to put in those shoes,
Mm-hmm.
so that our shoes are on blue chip players."
That's right.
So the whole thing is, we're paying you. It don't cost $100,000 to wear shoes. We're paying this as
It's
you're a
marketing.
promotion. You're a commercial for us.
That's right.
So then you have all these other people. So then the agents get in and say, "Hey, not only that, when you come out, we'll give you this $100,000 if you sign with this agent,
Mm-hmm.
and if you let this person manage your money."
Mm-hmm.
So they're all kind of working in cahoots to try to corral these guys in.
That's right.
So all of them hands are dirty.
All of them.
And it's just a web of everybody's eating off the player before the player gets
Yes,
one
anybody.
dime.
That's right. It's sad.
And that's terrible.
It's sad.
Like, that's just pimping.
It is. It really is.
That's what the pimp do. Get on the corner, give me my money first, then I'm going to give you,
I break y'all for peace.
yeah. So I don't know what the solution is, man. I mean,
Well, I don't either. But only thing I can say, folks, I will tell you this. If Coach K comes up in this investigation, I don't know. We may have to shut the show down. Come on, partner might not be no good after that.
look,
if Duke comes up in it,
look, Coach K somewhere celebrating this because he don't want the one and dones anyway.
he don't.
Coach Kyle is the one that needs
Sweat.
to be, yeah.
Sweat.
Coach Kyle is the one. I mean, I'm just saying, not indicting nobody, but man, when you keep getting everybody, so
Something
we'll
right.
see how this works. But tell us your thoughts on that, y'all.
Yes.
Now, moving on,
Oh yeah.
Dwade.
D-Wade.
Dwade is with the Cavs for 1 year,
Yeah.
$2 million and some change.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think he has about 2 years left in him. He does. He has 2 years left. I think if you can get the D-Wade that got them the knees are healthy, the ankles are healthy, he can give you spurts of the old flash. I think he can help Cleveland get over the hump. As far as I'm saying, getting over the hump, as far as getting back to the finals. I still don't think he'll give them enough juice to beat the Warriors. That's just my take on that.
So let me ask you this. Does this help LeBron as far as wear and tear?
Yeah, I think it's gonna help him some, and I think it's gonna help him emotionally too, to keep him together. Because I think D Wade is not to say LeBron's not level headed, but I think D Wade is that extra coach out there on the floor that can maybe keep LeBron a little level headed, and to get that, keep that diva attitude out the building.
Yeah, he playing with one of his homeboys. But
Yeah.
this is what I think. I think LeBron has to work a little harder with this group. Because
He does.
Kyrie could carry a unit. D-Wade more often than D-Wade will be able to. Because D-Wade, man, he like the coast, man.
Yeah.
He likes to pick his little spots. He's not an 82 game guy anymore.
Nah.
If he does play too
But
hard,
he
he
have
will
to play
not.
82 games.
He's
He's
not
not gonna start finding them.
He's not gonna make it.
Well, I mean, you can cut down his minutes. That don't mean
That's
he.
why, yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to cut his minutes, but
Yeah.
LeBron gonna have to work hard. He's gonna have to work harder than with Kyrie.
Hold
And I don't want to
on.
hear about roles.
No, I ain't saying D Rose.
Okay.
Isaiah. I think if Isaiah Hip is okay, you got Isaiah, you got D Rose is gonna help, and now you got Dwade, and then they're talking about
See,
putting Kevin Love back in his old position.
I understand, but I'm not counting Isaiah Thomas in until I hear that hit right.
Yeah.
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 I think I think it works. I think LeBron is comfortable with it. I
Yeah.
think he has some guys with some skills,
Yeah.
but they didn't gain 1 inch on the Warriors.
But D-Wade's an all-star, and I really think they bought D-Wade in to really help out until Isaiah gets healthy.
They haven't got anybody that can guard KD yet.
Oh, no.
I just don't see. It's just gonna be they're just gonna lose in a different way.
Yeah. But to go back to D-Wade, I think D-Wade will average
Oh, 18.
right at 18 points.
Yeah, I think 18 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18, 5, 3
Yeah.
or 4.
That ain't bad.
No, I mean, no, he got those good numbers.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think it's going to be Miami D Wade.
Nah.
That
It's not gonna be
They
that.
should have, if they were going to just, they were riding high.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not going to be Miami
Well,
D Wade.
they got a proven vet though. That's the thing. You got a vet coming off the bench, and
It's going to
well,
be, it's
I
going to
back
be
that
fun.
up. Do you think he'll start or come off the bench?
I think they'll mix it up depending on how they're resting him. I think his rest days will be bench time, but they're going to do some him and LeBron because they're good at finishing together.
Yeah.
Running the floor, stealing like the Pippen Jordan
Yeah.
combo. They'll play some of that.
Thing is, they got a
They'll-
little deeper.
Yeah, they'll move him around to give him his rest.
Yeah.
And they'll balance the time. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they'll do a good job with that. It'll be some good East basketball.
Yeah.
Um,
Because if you look at it now, okay, you got the starting five with we're just saying Isaiah Hibbert. You got Isaiah. You got Braun. You got Tristan.
mhm,
And then you got Love.
mhm.
Okay, that's your starting five. Did I mention JR?
No, I think you mentioned
I didn't
JR.
mention JR in the starting five. So now you come in with your second five with D Rose, JR, D Wade. I think they still got Channing Frye, and then Corver.
They
So they still got guys that
you know they've gotten better. They just
The
haven't.
bench is deeper
But when
now.
I compare to the Warriors, they haven't made headway
Nah,
on the Warriors.
nobody
They've
is.
just solidified that they can come out of the East again.
Well, and I take that back where I said nobody is. OKC, I think, have now, they're going to challenge Golden State.
I have to see if Westbrook can turn into a guy that makes everybody gel in better.
Then you're going
He
to see.
know that's what I have to see.
Then you're going to see a different Melo.
For Melo is Melo,
I
man.
think you'll see a different Melo.
Man, it's gonna be jab step central.
Melo, nah, I think you'll see a different Melo. I'm telling you, I think he's tired of people, especially with that last rating, that ranking that they gave him over the summer.
Yeah,
I think he's
but,
number 67.
yeah, but his solution gonna be to shoot more.
Oh man, I'm telling you though, I think it's a different Melo.
Nah, he gonna rock you to sleep on the side of the floor. He probably go to the rim a little more often because
He ain't gonna be rock you sleep, not with Westbrook out there. Westbrook gonna yell at him.
man, first you got to get the ball from him.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I think it's gonna be interesting. I just want to see how it fits.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna. It's gonna be exciting, but
Yeah. But to go back to D-Wade, yes, I think D-Wade is going to help Cleveland.
he
get to the
solidified.
finals.
He solidified them coming out again.
Yeah.
And I think now LeBron is gonna try to embarrass the Celtics on that opening game, man.
Yeah.
I hope Kyrie. Listen, look. I know you hate Kyrie,
No, I don't hate him.
but
I don't
Kyrie,
hate him.
listen, man.
I don't hate him.
They're gonna try to make an example out of you the first game, dog.
Yes.
Please come out ready to play, because I don't want to hear his mouth.
Hey, get them young boys ready to roll.
I'm rocking with you, man. Look, I don't care if y'all don't come out the East, but don't lose. If you lose the first game, make it a battle. Don't lose by 20 or 30. Listen, if it's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter and y'all down by like 17, start a fight and end the game. Please. Because I don't want to hear his mouth.
Are you going to hear it now?
Do not lose this first game. Listen, he's told y'all they're going to try to set you up with the Jason Terry.
Yes, sir.
If you roll back on defense and don't see no other
Foul.
green jerseys, no.
Or get out the way.
Just step off and let him have a layup. Don't try to D everybody up like Jason Terry. Jason Terry tried to guard 3 people on that play.
He tried.
Yeah. So that, that's what we got to say about it. We're going to see how this works out.
Yeah.
All right, so our next thing, man.
What's that?
Reverend Ray Lewis, man.
Hey, man, you better get off my frat brother like that, man.
Man, you got to holler at him, man. Look, man.
He said he was praying, man. He was on 2 knees.
He was praying that we didn't see him on his knee. Look, man, how you going to say I took one? Look, don't bring God into stuff, man.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to bring him in from the beginning. When Cap was going through his stuff and you sat there and went in on him, you didn't bring God in or want to pray for him not one time publicly. So,
I ain't never hear him say anything.
Yeah, you didn't bring the Lord in and talk about this is what God wants us to
He
do.
just said
so
whoever's
don't
guiding him and giving him information is guiding him in the wrong direction.
You didn't pray for him. You
Yeah.
didn't offer the no. Don't bring God in it now, man. You know what it remind me of, man? Like, it's fine. It's okay in this world to have a change of heart. If you felt like you would never kneel and you didn't see where this man was coming from and some things transpired and you did take 2 knees, bruh.
He took 2 knees. Man.
Them jeans got to work out on
Yes,
that
sir.
turf.
Yes, sir. He took 2 knees.
Then come back and say, hey, man, like, you don't have to keep going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
He just kept doubling down on the wrong. Just come back and say, yo, man, I was a little hard on him.
And he got pissed at Shannon Sharp. Got pissed at Shannon
Look.
because Shannon said he was disappointed in Ray.
Yeah, because
Because on their show, Ray said that, even after the show, with what Ray said about Kaepernick being guided in the wrong direction, he never once stated the reason for Kaepernick kneeling.
Yeah.
Never once. He just said it was disrespecting the country and the flag and the anthem, but never once has he mentioned. I haven't heard Ray say anything about the reason.
yeah, he don't even want to bring up Kaepernick anymore. Man, it's like, just come back and say, hey, I was hard on the guy. And then when they were trying to interview him, when Chris Carter and the other guy was trying to, I can't think of his name. Was trying to
Ray?
Yeah, trying to interview Ray. He was like, basically saying, let's not argue on TV. Let's be unified and support one another. But I'm like, man, you didn't give Cap that same benefit of, like, I'm not going to trash him or put him down on TV. It's like, but when it's your turn and people saying, all people are saying is they're not making the connection between you were dignified and high mighty in what you said over here and then your action didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be mad when somebody asks you to make those fit together.
Yeah.
And then it's like, man, all this God stuff ain't got to do. God wasn't down. That was you.
That's right. But
Sometimes we put God and stuff and God like.
But it's sad the way society is this day. I mean, okay, Ray, he still, what he did, he took a knee and, he took 2 knees. And he's still saying he's not supporting, Kaepernick's protest. But the thing is, he still didn't do any harm to anyone. And my thing is, they said his family and him were getting death threats and all. That is ridiculous.
This is the catch, man. This is the catch, right? People don't understand the same freedom that he used to take 2 knees.
That's right.
And pray was the same freedom that Kaepernick used to take 1 knee.
Bingo.
And you don't want somebody. Okay, so somebody come back and say, I would never pray doing the anthem and take 2 knees and hold hands during the national anthem. Like you can't do it before it or you can't do it afterward.
Yeah.
So you exercise the same freedom that you just dissed him for,
Yeah.
and then now you are defensive.
Yeah.
And everybody talking to Cap. Nobody's talking to Cap. Everybody's talking. They put the whole Sports Illustrated thing together. Hey, he wasn't even on there.
Yeah. It's getting out of. It's just really it's blowing up to
Well,
something that it shouldn't be.
It's actually probably lost some of its effectiveness because protests were never meant to make people comfortable. That's the whole point in it. It's to make you say, "Oh man, that's rough to deal with. I don't want to see that," and it forces you to change or to think about things in a different way.
Yeah.
Once it's something so vanilla that everybody's comfortable with, it's actually it's not even a protest anymore.
That's right. But are people doing this to, I guess get people off of the real reason why he took a knee? Because people are really they're scared of if they really face the real issue.
Yeah, man.
It's going to affect our law enforcement.
Man, not just that, man. It's a lot of tough conversations to have, man.
It is.
I mean, law enforcement, all that, anything, racial inequality, any of that. When you get to the base of it, man, race is a difficult thing to say, and sometimes it's internalized. Like, if I'm a member of a certain group, if we're talking about race, then automatically maybe you're talking about me. But not necessarily, it doesn't mean it. Like, it's just like if you're talking about black people doing something, it doesn't mean, yeah, I'm a member of the race, but I don't have to internalize it. Like, sometimes you have to have, it's been a conversation that has been avoided decade after decade after decade, and somehow we think if we ignore it, like, man, if we can ignore this for 50 years, somehow we're never going to have it.
Exactly.
But it doesn't work that way because it's still...
It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, you can't legislate people's behavior. You can't legislate their thoughts.
Yeah.
You can't legislate their beliefs because these are matters of the heart. These are matters of heart. It's that part of the person that you don't see. And until a person's heart changes, I'm talking about until their internal heart, until who they are at the core, until that changes, you can say and hide whatever. I can say the right thing, but my heart different.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get alone, it's totally, or when I get somewhere when it's comfortable, it's a matter of the heart. So until that changes, until those conversations until people can say, man, I never thought of it that way, man, this is bad, like, and really internalize it, it's not going to change. So it don't matter, man, speaking of this, and I don't know how true this is, but please tell me Adam Silver did not issue a statement saying that the NBA players have to stand.
Yeah, he said it's a rule.
It's a rule.
It's a rule. It's in their rules.
See,
because that went back to, that's the Chris Jackson rule. What's his name, Mahmoud?
Yeah.
That's his. He did that. He didn't want to stand during the anthem.
I think that the timing of it is wrong.
Yeah. Because
it comes off as if you're still trying to tell people what to do.
They are. Yeah, they are. In a sense, they are.
It's different if things are fine and you say, hey, we want everybody to stand and there's nothing on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You do that when there's nothing on the table.
That's right.
But it's the wounds and the emotions and everything is too high, because what happens the minute you give somebody an ultimatum in any relationship?
They rebel.
You give anybody a relationship, oh, you better have that engagement ring by next Christmas. You can have it in your pocket.
That's right.
And you say, she don't even know I got it there.
Yep.
I'll be down.
That's right.
Ultimatums never work.
No. Oh, they're going to have some issues with it. But,
ultimatums don't work.
Yeah. They have some issues. So how is it that...
And they were issue-free with that stuff.
Isn't the WNBA a sister company of the NBA?
Yep, they run the...
Okay.
They run.
So why was it okay for the WNBA players to protest?
Well, I don't know. But they are definitely ran by the NBA. And they're probably going...
Silver didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, and sometimes I think because they slight the women so bad that they are
let some things ride.
that they're suffering. Well, no, they benefited from being slighted in that in a warped kind of way.
Well,
the pay is off, everything is off.
Yeah.
So they don't even consider them. That's the bad part. They're not even considering them.
Yeah.
They don't get the same views, don't have the same sponsorships, and they don't spend the same money.
But they got some good. Well, I don't know if they got good how their views were during this championship, but it was a good series. It really was. But the thing is, those ladies did protest.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Start telling a bunch of women that's already having issues what to do. All they're gonna do is open up another can of worms.
Yes, sir. Now they'll go on strike.
Yeah, they'll go on strike. They're like, man, we barely getting paid anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thing. But I don't know, man. But I think it's no longer a protest when it's comfortable. That's just my take.
Yeah. And but people are saying they would like to hear what Kaepernick has to say, but he's speaking with his actions. This guy is doing a lot for his community or other communities, and I mean, really, you can't dog a man for putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's doing what he said he's going to do.
I think my biggest issue is I don't care what people decide to do because they have free will. They were born with it. It's theirs. The only thing with the 49ers is I just have a problem with I don't even care if he don't play bat football. Like, you make your own personnel choices. But the light in which they let him go in the end, people are kneeling. But what I'm saying at the end, if you're going to kneel or even stand, okay, some people could say, well, I never lock arms during the national anthem because you should be standing up with your hand over your heart.
Sure.
So even that's a type of something derivative of you're not doing what people think you should be doing during the anthem, right? But in the end, if everybody's going to do some kind of thing, let's clear Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Let's not villainize him when, in the end, people are doing things now.
Yeah.
But he's the one paying the stiffest penalty.
That's right.
So I would like to see some kind of closure to put him in the right light. Let's clear this man's slate and just keep it strictly football with him then.
Yeah.
Because in the end, everybody doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's doing something.
You're right. But the other thing that I'm tired of hearing people say too is, okay, they're saying, and I've seen fans have posters this weekend. They were holding them out. It was like, let's keep politics out of sports. Just get out there and play football.
Well, stop putting the national anthem before every game.
Exactly. But why is your president even mentioning sports?
Well, first of all,
isn't he supposed to be talking politics?
Well, they invite all the champion winners to the White House.
Exactly.
So then let's stop with it. No one cared until he did. No one cared about it when it was that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you want to keep it out, then keep it out. Okay, just like they wanted to keep school and religion separate. What they do? Took the prayer out.
That's right.
So then it became a non-issue. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, then keep it all the way out. Then
take the anthem out of sports.
That's right. Owners, hey, tell you what, stop donating.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're the team owner, or let somebody else run the team. If you're running the team, stay out of the political stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep it out, don't point one place, but it's over here too.
That's right.
Keep it all the way out.
That's right. That's right.
That's how I said
it. And why not? If you want to do something with the anthem, if the anthem is such a unifying, thing, why not at the beginning of every day when the kids go to school, to start school off, why not do the anthem at the beginning of school? Have the kids stand up, place the flag in the classroom, put their hand over their heart, or stand at attention. I mean, and if you want to do that, that's a moment of unity. Do it in the classroom.
Listen,
why don't we do it at church?
Listen,
why don't we do the anthem at church every Sunday?
Listen, you don't need nobody to do the anthem. If you want to do the anthem, put a flag up in your house.
That's right.
And do it.
But I'm saying, why are you doing it at sporting events? Okay, at sporting events you get everybody from all walks of life.
Because it's a big. Listen, the reason why it's attached to the military is because the military purposely. See, this is the problem. the average vet that's out there understood that they took a pledge to protect the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
The military attached themselves to the flag ceremony as a paid commercial with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole flying over, releasing the eagle, and they bring all the service members in uniform and pull the big flag out, that's they paid the NFL to do that.
Yeah.
So they created that attachment to it. And so, if you didn't really want it to be an issue, why is that
Yeah.
portion even televised?
Yeah.
Because it's a paid commercial.
But who
So-
attached it to sports? I'm trying to figure out why is that attached to sports, and it's not even attached to the beginning of a school day. It's not
It
even.
used to be.
It used to be. I know.
Yeah, it used to
but
be.
it's not anymore.
Yeah, because
The anthem. Why?
because to increase patriotism, to increase what else?
But you increase it when you started when they're young.
Wait, no. But also to increase enrollment into the military,
Mm-hmm.
so you never have to go to a draft.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's more to it than that. Like, people caught up all in this, and in the end, it's a business deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why Cap chose to kneel doing it is because it's televised.
Yeah.
It's the televised portion of it where everybody has stopped still to see. You have everybody's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You do it when people can see it.
That's right.
That's why he did it when he did it, to say, hey, they'll say, why is he kneeling there? Oh, let's ask him. And so every time, the whole world stops.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm on the soccer field coaching, and that national anthem is going on at the high school, we all stop
That's right.
and observe it. So everyone, they might not stop no other time, they're going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. It was a paid advertisement, and Cap hijacked it. And they're mad about it because he didn't pay for that airtime.
Yeah.
You know, so that's our thoughts, man.
That's
we
our
just had
thoughts.
to kind of throw everything together. Like I said, this is small in relation to everything else that's going on in the world, but this is just your break from it. Feel free to comment. Please subscribe. Leave your comments. Thank you for supporting. Have a good work week.
Peace.